Përshëndetje të nderuar shikues, sot do të bisedojmë me kryesuesen e OSBE-s, që njëherësh është edhe Ministre e Punëve të Jashtme të Finlandës, Elina Valtonen. Welcome in our program, Foreign Minister Valtonen.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Let's start with the purpose of your visit here. OSCE, Finland is a chairmanship this year. What can the OSCE offer in strengthening institutions, rule of law and democratizations in the region, particularly in Kosovo?
Well, indeed, my visit is linked to our chairpersonship in the OSCE this year. But at the same time, of course, I am representing also my country, Finland, and we have a special friendly relationship, of course, with Kosovo. We've always had it. So happy to wear these two hats. Now, what the OSCE can do is, I think, starts at the grassroots level, basically empowering the people towards their rights, a strong civil society with the freedoms relating to the freedom of speech, of course, the freedom of assembly, and also essentially aiding the people to create a society which is resilient and whose institutions are free of corruption and do represent the will of the people, like in a, full proper democracy.
Okay. Can the OSCE play a strong role in reducing tensions and supporting reforms that lead towards European Union for the regional countries?
Well, absolutely, and I think again here it all starts at the level of the people, and what the OSCE has been doing over the course of the years and keeps on doing, and I just met with civil society organizations, is to encourage dialogue and peace building, which really starts with the culture and the society as well. Supporting multi-ethnicity and the core values which are actually enshrined in the Helsinki Final Act, the 10 Helsinki Principles signed 50 years ago. So that is what the OSCE is also here for, with its 6 field operations, and actually the largest mission there is for the OSCE in the first place. So the OSCE is very committed, and what comes to the reform which is needed towards EU membership, of course the OSCE is not geared to help any country to reach EU membership, that's not the point. But at the same time, the full implementation of the reforms which empower the citizens, which leads to a transparent market economy and democracy, those of obviously each and every single step towards that help the people and are to the benefit and the prosperity of the people in the first place, but also throughout the way they help also reaching membership one day.
Okay. Finland recognizes Kosovo. What are the Finland and Kosovo doing now to deepen this relationship?
We have actually in Finland a very strong and large Kosovo diaspora, and I actually personally know quite many representants of that group. Very nice people, and I think again here it's so important that we have people-to-people dialogue, social dialogue, but at the same time we could definitely do more on the economic front, and of course politically Finland, not just through this role as the chair of the OSCE, which is obviously just this year, but as Finland we support Kosovo on its pathway towards the European Union and its membership.
Is Kosovo stability a real priority for Finland and EU, or just a part of wider Balkan agenda?
I think, again, there's a special relationship between Kosovo and Finland, so that's for one. The second is that obviously the stability in Kosovo and this region plays a massive role also what comes to the stability of all of Europe. We know that world wars have started in this corner of Europe, and we will not want to have that happen ever again. Everything is of course interlinked, but for the cause of the people in Kosovo, for the people in the Western Balkans, we hope that all Well, discrepancies which perhaps have now also arisen in the past months and years, that they can be settled peacefully. And the OSCE stands ready to help in that regard, but also Finland as a country.
Minister, how would you describe the relations, personal and professional relations, with the Kosovo leaders?
I think we have a very good professional working relationship with the Kosovo leaders, not just the current ones. Obviously, there's a stalemate in government and in the assembly right now, and we encourage Kosovo to find an answer to that and a quick resolution of the situation for the benefit of the Kosovo people. Again, that is at the core of any democracy. A very good working relationship. The president actually just visited Finland a couple of months ago, and in international fora, we also meet with my counterpart. We meet on a regular basis. And it's very important to keep up the political dialogue, not just through the OSCE, but also on a bilateral basis.
Why isn't the EU moving faster to bring Western countries into EU family, including Kosovo, closer to membership?
I think, to be brutally honest, the European Union has missed a decade in this regard. But now there's a full enlargement agenda in progress, and Finland, for its part, supports merit-based enlargement of the European Union, and most definitely all of those countries who fulfill the membership criteria should be admitted.
But doesn't this delay risks opening the door for Russian influence into the region?
Well, you see, I think letting go of the merits would not benefit the European Union, would not benefit the candidate country, because the European Union stands for its core values, and if we let go of the demands of, say, the rule of law and a transparent market economy and essentially a corruption-free society and human rights, then we would abandon some of the core of the European Union, and that's not what we want. And plus, that's for the benefit of the people of the country also willing to join.
Let's talk a little bit about Kosovo and Serbia dialogue. The Kosovo and Serbia dialogue brought a very little or no progress since beginning, actually. Why keeping pushing a process that seems stuck?
I think we need full political commitment to that as well, but at the same time there needs to be commitment on both sides to continue the dialogue and also implement all of the parts of the agreements that have been reached. Because what else should there be than dialogue? And we keep supporting that as the European Union, as the OSCE, of course, and happy to also bring political weight to that process from the outside.
Okay, I must ask you a question. Serbia maintains strong ties with Moscow. Why is the EU still so soft with President Vučić?
Not sure what you mean by soft. I was in Serbia yesterday, and I used very strong language about how we see, not just as the chair of the OSCE, supporting the Helsinki principles, including territorial integrity and sovereignty of nations, but also as Finland, what we think of the aggression of Russia in Europe. Of course, we have a strong majority of the OSCE participating states and full consensus among the European Union and Western allies, so to say, on this matter. And it is important that if a country has aspirations to join the European Union, then also the foreign policy would need to be aligned.
My two last questions, short answers, please. After the Banska heavy armed attack, when one Kosovo's policeman was killed, Milan Radojcic admitted organizing the assault, and it seems to be very close to Vučić. Why is the EU not pushing harder for Radojcic handover?
I'm not here representing the European Union, and we push for dialogue as Finland, as the OSCE, and certainly also as the European Union.
The last one. Is the EU, and not only EU in practice, rewarding Serbia obstruction while putting more pressure on Kosovo?
I'm very glad that we have progressed in letting go of some of the measures against Kosovo. And also, I'm also happy to note that Kosovo has been fulfilling many of the criteria towards membership. And again, the enlargement of the European Union is a necessity, and it will be happening on a merit-based process, which we are supporting, and I'm sure that Kosovo will be there one day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.